Welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. If you have a Jamaican passport, then you are in luck, my friend, because I am about to give you the final 7 of the 50 countries that I told you about, that if you have a Jamaican passport, no visa is required. You can travel here. In this video, I will tell you how long you can legally stay on that visit, and I will give you a little more information about these places so as to entice your imagination and encourage you to get out and see the world. So let's start off with Niger. The first country you can go to is Niger. No visa is required. Niger is in West Africa. Niger spends money that is called the West African franc. $1 will get you 607 Niger francs. Niger is landlocked, bordered by Algeria, Mali, Burkina Faso, Benin and Nigeria, Chad and Libya. Niger was once colonized by France, and gained its independence in 1960. Niger's population is 22 million. That's a lot of people, especially if you were coming from, say, Jamaica, where the population is roughly 2.5 million people. 22 million people in Niger. You will also need a yellow fever vaccination. You will need proof of round trip ticket. You will need a bank statement that they are able to verify with a banking institution that you have at least $500 in your checking account, or savings account rather. How long you can stay in Niger was not listed because it is done on an individual basis. So you would apply for it online, and then they will ask you some questions, and then they will tell you how long you can stay. The minimum, I believe, is 30 days. Don't quote me on that one. The next one is the Philippines. You can stay in the Philippines for 30 days. You can visit the Philippines. No visa is required for you, just your Jamaican passport, and you can stay for up to 30 days on that one visit. The Philippines spends what is called the Philippine peso. That is their money. $1 will get you 50 Philippine pesos and 18 cents. Their money is pretty strong. The Philippines, talk about people, boasts a population of 106.7 million people. Wow. Their official language actually is English and Filipino. Now, the Philippines is known for its abundance of beautiful beaches and all the delicious fresh fruits everywhere. Tourists actually flock here to the Philippines for its beaches, for its heritage towns, for its monuments, its mountains, its rainforests, and its diving spots in those crystal clear waters that you can see way underneath the ocean from. Fun fact about the Philippines: 175 languages are spoken in the Philippines, and over 11 million of its citizens work overseas. Well, with 106.7 million as a population, then 11 million working overseas is really not that big of a number. But considering that Jamaica only has 2+ million people, you can imagine 11 million leaving a country to find work overseas. The next one is, okay, so after the Philippines, we go to Uganda. And we're back on the continent of Africa again, my friend. In Uganda, they have what is called the shillings. $1 in Uganda will get you 3,786 shillings. Quarter of their GDP comes from agriculture. Tea, tobacco, cotton. Uganda is landlocked, and English is their first language, or their national language then. Uganda's population is about 38 million, and their main export is coffee. So in other words, you can say that Uganda is a farming country. Uganda actually shares borders with 5 other countries, and I'm going to tell you what the 5 countries are: Rwanda, Tanzania, Kenya, South Sudan, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Those are the 5 countries that shares borders with Uganda. As far as how long you can stay in Uganda upon that visit, it is another one where you would have to fill out some paperwork online and submit it and wait. It is given on an individual basis, but I believe the minimum is 30 days. And all is required is your Jamaican passport. So moving along from Uganda, we are now in Vanuatu. I tell you what, a lot of these countries I did not even know exist. I had never heard of a country called Vanuatu before. However, if you have your Jamaican passport and it's valid, you can certainly be in Vanuatu. Vanuatu, your stay, 30 days. Vanuatu's money is called the Ni Vanuatu Vavu, or for short, they call it the VUV. V-U-V. Get this part. Vanuatu was actually named the #1 most dangerous country. Now, I know when I said the #1 most dangerous country, the first thing anyone is going to think of is crime and violence, right? But in this case, it is not crime and violence. I repeat, it is not crime and violence. It was named the #1 most dangerous country in the world because of natural disasters like earthquake, floods, storms, risky rising high sea levels. There's a study that says you have a 36% chance of experiencing a natural disaster once you visit Vanuatu. Vanuatu actually has a tribe that worships Prince Philip. We're not even going to talk about that. Vanuatu are the people who invented bungee jumping. So when you see people climbing up on high stuff and jumping off, like certain people like to do with something attached to their leg, the bungee cord, then just know that that was invented by the people of Vanuatu. Although they have been labeled the #1 most dangerous country in the world, and again, I repeat, it is only because of natural disaster, not crime and violence. So although they've been labeled the #1 most dangerous country, they have also been labeled the 4th most happiest country in the world. You can explore shipwrecks, or you can peer into volcanoes in Vanuatu. And after Vanuatu, we move on to Uzbekistan. With your Jamaican passport, no visa required, you, my friend, can be in Uzbekistan. You can stay in Uzbekistan for up to 30 days. Uzbekistan money is called the Uzbekistan Som, or the UZS. $1 will get you 10,155 soms. Uzbekistan's population is 32.96 million people. It is located in Central Asia. It is a Central Asian nation and a former Soviet republic known for its mosques, its mausoleums, and other sites that are linked to the Silk Road. The Silk Road in history will tell you that is the ancient trade route between China and the Mediterranean. Fun fact about Uzbekistan: it is one of the world's only 2 double landlocked countries. Now I know you're thinking, what does it mean by one of the world's only 2 double landlocked countries? It means that there are only 2 double landlocked countries in the world. Well, what does landlocked mean? Meaning they are double landlocked, meaning they themselves are a landlocked country and they are surrounded completely by other landlocked countries. I would think it would be hard to get to Uzbekistan, wouldn't you? But so 90% of the population are Muslims. It is dubbed as one of the safest places on earth to travel as a female, and also one of the safest places to travel as an individual. So if you want to go off on your own, this is one of the safest places to do so. Uzbekistan. Take a Jamaican passport, no visa required, and you're off to Uzbekistan. Then we move on to Zambia. Zambia, my friend, you can stay in Zambia for 90 days. Zambia has a money that is called the Zambian kwacha. The Zambian kwacha, $1 will get you 18 to 19 Zambian kwachas, which tells me that the Zambian kwacha pretty strong. Zambia is located in southern Africa, next to beautiful Zimbabwe. Zambia is known for its rugged terrain, its diverse wildlife, many parks and safaris. On its border with Zimbabwe is the famous Victoria Falls. Zambia's population is about 17.35 million. 17.35 million. And Zambia, fun fact, they eat caterpillars. I've seen the caterpillar cooked into a meal, seasoned with tomatoes and onions and all these kind of things. And then I've seen it looked like it was just caught and roasted over a fire and ready to be eaten. They eat caterpillars. Just a heads up in case you go there and they bring out a plate of caterpillars and you would like to know before you consume. Be on the lookout. But do go and enjoy beautiful Zambia. And the final one on our list, Zimbabwe. Not the traditional Zimbabwe. Remember Bob Marley sang about Zimbabwe? Anyhow, in Zimbabwe, my friend, you can stay for 3 months. 3 months. Zimbabwe has their own money, and it's called the ZMD. Zimbabwe's money, however, is what we call worthless. Zimbabwe's money, $1 will get you 100 trillion Zimbabwe ZMDs. Actually, 40 cents US. Not even a dollar. Not even 50 cents. 40 cents US will actually get you 100 trillion ZMDs. Wow. So you can see that your dollar would probably go pretty far in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is known for its landlocked position in southern Africa, its dramatic landscape, and its diverse wildlife. Zimbabwe's world-famous attraction like the Zambezi River, the Victoria Falls, whitewater rafting, and bungee jumping. Population of 14.44 million people. Zimbabwe is also known for the whole stir-up with President Mugabe and the rough times it has recently been through, but Zimbabwe today is one of the most peaceful places on the planet and are definitely making a recovery, both rebuilding their infrastructure and increasing their rank in the world as somewhere clean and somewhere safe. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. Are you the type to go traveling? Do you have a Jamaican passport? And if you don't, do you know someone else that does? If you know somebody else that has a Jamaican passport, please just forward this video to them. Just send the link. Okay? I appreciate it. Thank you. And I will catch you on the next video. Go out and see the world. It's SouFLoTV. I'm out. Peace.